Hello and welcome back to Bookish. Today I'm here with another tag. This is the BookTubers Personality Tag, just created by Alan Moreton. I'll leave a link to his original tag video down below. You should go check out his channel. Alan does some really great in-depth discussions of authors and books. He has some weekly features on Sunday and Wednesday, and he just really has a really intelligent approach to making his booktube videos, and he talks about interesting authors and books, and oftentimes authors and books that other booktubers aren't talking about. So he made this tag, and he was nice enough to tag me in it, so I wanted to make sure I got to that tag today. So there are 10 prompts, and each one is basically describing a personality type or some personality traits, and you're supposed to pick a booktuber who exhibits those traits. Well, I'm kind of going to break the rules right off the bat and probably throughout this. And I could just pick one booktuber for lots of these categories. And oftentimes, or sometimes, I picked the same booktuber for more than one category. So here we go. Prompt number one is to pick a booktuber who underestimates themselves. Well, I'm going to say number one, Shay. This isn't the last time I'm going to mention Shay, but if you're not subscribed to Shay's channel, you should go check him out. He is a unique personality as a booktuber, and he is frequently, I think, underestimates himself and underestimates his charm. He underestimates how witty he is. He underestimates how enjoyable his videos are. And I also want to mention Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading. Kelly sometimes seems to underestimate herself also, and I think everybody who knows Kelly, interacts with Kelly, knows that she's awesome. And there's no reason for her to underestimate herself, because I think she's great. And I know a lot of other people do too. So prompt number two is to pick a booktuber who doesn't take themselves too seriously. So my first pick is the guy from Guitar Book Reviews. If you haven't seen Guitar Book Reviews, he started off with a different channel name, and I mentioned his channel, I believe, once before in another video similar to this, but you should go watch his channel. He's an English guy, and he reviews books by essentially playing songs, sometimes popular songs, some so popular I don't even know what they are because I'm too old, and the lyrics of the song he changes to his book review, and then he gives you some thoughts about the books after he finishes the song as well. And I believe he is almost strictly audiobooks, which I found interesting. And then the other booktuber I don't think takes himself too seriously is Mark from Words Everywhere. This may seem strange, a strange choice, but bear with me. Mark's videos are oftentimes very serious, and he takes on poetry and serious works of literature, but if you watch his videos, if you've watched his videos long enough, you know that he has an awesome sense of humor, that he is an incredibly warm person, that he is willing to have a joke at his own expense, and I just think this is the category where I think Mark fits the best in a booktuber who doesn't take himself too seriously, even though he reads serious books, has serious ideas, and reads serious works of literature. So prompt number three is to pick a booktuber with an understated delivery. Well, there are a number of these prompts that are to me a little bit similar, and so I had a hard time sorting out who I wanted to put where. But for me, the booktuber with an understated delivery is Sonya from Enthusiastic Reader. She's very quiet, and she is very thoughtful. And I think understated delivery sums her up, but she does some great book reviews. She reads so much and so widely, and she has a really long background in books and background in publishing, and she's really interesting, but I think her delivery is definitely understated. Prompt number four is a booktuber with a quirky, rambling style. Hello, Shay again. This is the second time I've mentioned Shay, but Shay's videos are the epitome of quirky, rambling style. That is Shay to a T. As a matter of fact, Alan may have assigned Jay to that category as well. Prompt number five is which booktuber reads highbrow literature? Well, over here on our corner of BookTube, that seems to be what a lot of readers read. So I have way more than one. As a matter of fact, I think I have 4. Yes, I have 4 here. So the first is Alan from Big Hard Books and Classics. The name says it all. If you've watched his videos, you know he likes Joyce, he likes Pynchon. That's some pretty highbrow stuff. Crystal from Biblio Atlas. I don't know anybody who approaches reading classics and hard works of literature with more joy, more enthusiasm, and a more genuine curiosity than Crystal has. Joseph Francis Burton from, and that's the name of his channel as well. Man, that guy reads some stuff. He read a whole lot of George Eliot. Better man than me. He deals with a lot of books on religion and Christianity, and just really some highbrow stuff. And then the final person I chose for this prompt is Lukash from Totally Pretentious. Just to give you a glimpse, Lukash recently read The Peloponnesian War by Thucydides. Yeah, as well as lots of other real classics from that time period. In addition to that, Lukash reads a lot of poetry. Prompt 6, a booktuber who has a quiet demeanor. Again, this is one of those where, I had people in multiple categories, but I decided to go with Marion Ryan. That's the name of her channel as well. She has a very quiet demeanor, but an incredibly sharp and incisive mind, and she reads a lot, and she reads with depth, but she has a very quiet delivery. And then Jacqueline from 6 Minutes for Me, who I think, kind of the epitome of a quiet demeanor. I have a feeling that when she's practicing law, it's different, but in her BookTube channel, her approach is very quiet and calm. She reads a lot of stuff. I believe right now she's involved in the Asian Readathon. She hosted one of the hosts of the Aussie Readathon. She kind of reminds me a little bit of Shawn the Book Maniac, who, by the way, also I should have mentioned, is a booktuber. It doesn't take himself very seriously. Rewind and go back and put Shawn the Book Maniac in that prompt. How could I forgot you? But anyway, Jacqueline reminds me of Shawn in that she reads the books. I don't mean she goes out of her way in a bad way, but she has a real interest in reading books from places all over the world or from authors all over the world, and I think that's really admirable. Then prompt 7 is to name a booktuber who has intelligence and depth. And again, I couldn't just limit myself to one here, so I went with 2. There's Andrea from Infinite Text. Andrea is a librarian. I believe she lives in Canada, and she has a lot of really interesting books on her shelves, and she reads a lot of really deep works of literature, and her approach to those books and her discussion of them is always intelligent. And then I chose Alba Mar from the channel Seriella. Again, Alba is one of those people who just takes on those kind of deep books and those political books, and she discusses and so many of these things with intelligence and insight. I really think that intelligence and depth describes both of those booktubers. Prompt 8 is a booktuber who is warm and friendly. Again, there are lots of these. I went with 3. Rashmika from Rashmika Likes Books. Rashmika is a South African booktuber. I think right now she's doing a read-along on, I want to say, The Hunger Games. She did the whole, I think it was April, where she wrote a poem every day and shared it. I mean, there's some courage there, but she's incredibly warm and friendly, and listening to her talk is just like listening to, a friend of yours talk or spending time with a friend. The same thing is true about Alex from What Page You're On. Alex is on a little bit of a hiatus this summer, but he recently posted a video, and he's very friendly, and his style is very friendly and conversational. And then also Rainey from Raining Day Reads. Again, watching Rainey's videos is like, just hanging out with a friend who likes to talk about books. So those are my 3 for that category. Then prompt 9 is a booktuber who is self-deprecating. So I'm not going to list anybody specifically here, but I just want to say, if I'm following you, I think you're pretty awesome, and you have no reason to be self-deprecating. I know I can be self-deprecating from time to time too, but I'm just telling you, you're great. Cut it out. So prompt 10 is a booktuber with a quiet, measured delivery. I chose Alex Black. She's a young lady who she reads a lot of YA, which I have to be honest with you is not something I read a lot of. But Alex is one of those people that I watch, you know, because I just enjoy hearing her talk about books. I enjoy her vlogs and those kind of things. So I chose Alex for someone with a quiet, or excuse me, with a quiet, measured delivery. Okay, so there is the BookTuber Personality Tag, and I need to tag some people. So here we go. If I mentioned you in this video as one of these personalities, you're tagged. Anyway, so that's the tag, and I look forward to seeing your comments in the comment section below. And as always, thanks for watching.